Welcome to Prize Fest Live, featuring Amy O'Callahan, Melissa Brannon, Colby Doler, Stephen Knight, Katie Larson, Chris Lyon, Gregory Kallenberg. Streaming live from Prize Fest Studios in downtown Shreveport, it's Prize Fest Live!
Hey everybody! We are live with Prize Fest Live, and I am thrilled today to have with me, I know, I feel like I gotta make it sparkle, Tiana Kennell from the Shreveport Times and Maggie Andrews, Prize Intern Extraordinaire. And we are here to kind of kick your Monday off. I mean, we are let's see, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, day 4.
Wow.
Day 4. Maggie?
That's
Tiana.
amazing. Yeah. It's very exciting to have Prize Fest still this year. This is one of the things I look forward to the most of throughout the year. You know, it's one of those things being there from the beginning and to see it like change and evolve this year to be all virtual is awesome.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Tiana.
Yeah.
I mean, I know so Tiana, confession or divulging, what have you. Tiana, reporter with the Shreveport Times. So this is not your first experience with Prize Fest. So, what are your so far? What are your impressions? Same, different.
So my impressions. I mean, it's. I love that it's so accessible that you can really make your own schedule around everything that's going on. You can still connect with people in different states, people who aren't able to travel in for the festival. Mm-hmm. And so I just feel like it's really introducing a lot more people to it than what might have been able to reach in other years or, from having a physical. I mean, it's nothing like the physical, of course, but it's nothing like the virtual as well. I really love the different experiences.
Oh, cool. Yay. And Maggie, we'll let you kind of introduce yourself. But first, before we get too far in, initial Prize Fest impressions for 2020.
Yes, so I have had a little bit of experience with Prize Fest in the past, just going to the festival and watching the films. But I found it very interesting, and I've been able to learn a lot by getting involved in it whenever it's more online. And how Tiana said, I think it's interesting how accessible it really is. And, just how easy it really is to watch the films. And I find it really interesting that we're able to provide an outlet to people for film during such harsh times right now with COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And forgive us, today we've got our mask on because we have pierced the prize bubble. So, we'll be back with later. But so Maggie, so I'm going to ask you, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? Where are you from?
Well, I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana, born and raised here. And I am currently a sophomore at Loyola University in New Orleans, but I'm doing online this semester because of COVID, and I major in film production.
Oh,
So,
a little
yes.
overlap.
Yes.
How did you find us? I mean,
So
how did you kind of get involved?
I've always known about the festival and really loved it. And this summer, whenever I decided to stay home, I didn't really want to feel like I was on the outs of film from not being there in person. So I really wanted to find an internship or something to still remain involved in film. And Rocky Rocket actually set me up with you guys.
Yeah, from Bossier
from
Economic
yes.
Development. Yeah.
And I've been here ever since, and it's pretty fun.
Thank you, Rocky. Good send. I love a good referral. So Maggie, so a film student.
Yes.
All right, so is this inspiring a little?
Yeah,
do you have that short film idea percolating now?
I do. I was watching one of the judge panels about turning shorts into feature films on Saturday, and my mind was just going crazy. I was thinking of 100 different things I could do.
Yeah, I love that. And that is one thing I do love is Gregory and I were talking about this the other night. A lot of times everything's very tightly packed into a weekend. So if you are kind of focused on one prize, you may not get involved. I never have gotten to watch the film panels. And so to get to watch the film panels yesterday was super cool. Like I learned so much and like my mind a little bit blown. And I don't really know anything about the industry or like, the actual filmmaking side of things. And still it was fascinating,
I would say I've learned so much about film as well from it. And throwback, I think it was 2014, I got to be in top 20. And that was like the first time I worked on a film and everything and on that. So I really have been on like all like sides of it. But I would say that I love the environment of it, of like the film industry here and being able to really engage and learn even if you're a film major or if it's like, I just love it and I have these skills I can, apply to this and help out these film crews, whether it's lending a location or, knowing or acting, something like that, and it's such a great thing and to learn about not just film, but, with food and fashion and music and everything about it is just so amazing to be a part of it.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly the same thing, too, because whenever I initially always think the festival, I just think of film. And so I found it really interesting, like, especially working with Melissa with all the food stuff, like all the different aspects that go into it that really make it Prize Fest that I really enjoy being a part of.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about all these different, like, creative entrepreneurs here in Shreveport and, like, beyond.
Yeah.
And I think what's kind of boggled my mind a little is just like how much is going. It feels like there's more this year. I don't. So far, what has been your favorite thing that you've done so far, Maggie? Like it could be either in office or it could be like one of the events you attended so far. What has been like what have you enjoyed so far?
I've really enjoyed everything so far. Like I like all of
nice
it.
punch.
But,
No favorite kids.
I just love. I've started watching the films and I really enjoy that. But I just love coming into the office every day and like getting to see different things everyone does and like a little mixture of both. I just have learned a lot being here.
I love
even
that.
It's only been a couple weeks.
Now I don't want to like completely divulge, but like I think it's safe to say we're a little bit different generations, right?
Yes.
I mean, that was the most polite yes I've ever. Like it's like oh yeah. I think it's like the internal. But like, how is it like? To me, I'm like this is wild. Like an online festival. I mean, I know like we've been seeing a couple, but like. What is the experience for? Is it like this is like normal, whatever, or?
I think so. Of course, like I did my whole spring semester and my whole this semester like on Zoom. So using Zoom and like online streaming platforms is not very. Like I've done that a lot, so it's easier. But I think it's very interesting, especially with the voting software and like how with Eventive.
Yeah.
That I find very interesting, and I think it's definitely a lot to learn and like will be used over the next few years in the industry.
Very cool. And what about you, Tiana? I know like you said you've already kind of been like you enjoy the panels. What have you been up to so far?
So I did get to watch Shaun of the Dead on Saturday Saturday night. So after I did the virtual cook along with Louisiana Food Prize.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna talk about that. You know we're gonna have to talk about
we're
that.
We're gonna talk about that. But afterwards, I tuned into the watch party, and it was really cool. I remember like at the beginning of the pandemic, it was kind of like, okay, those Netflix watch parties and things like that, and you can still like type with your friends and talk about the movie as it's going on. And I like that you all are doing that. And so, and I'd never actually seen Shaun of the Dead before.
What?
I thought I had. I was like, oh, I've seen this movie. And I was like, I don't think I've seen this movie.
Now you can watch with 500 of your closest friends.
Yes, exactly. And so that was
country in the world.
Yeah, and so it was like nice to watch this movie and be home alone, but then like be home with like everyone else there with me watching it too. So yeah, it was nice.
I love that. Yeah. Well, you did mention like doing the demo. So
yes.
you actually cooked along with Josh Harmon.
I did. Oh my gosh, it's like dream come true. Seriously, like Josh Harmon, like he is definitely him having come. I love when the chefs come to town because I'm always so inspired about what they're doing. I'm always inspired about local chefs and everything, but to see like other people from outside the area and what they add to that and how they interact with the local chefs and things like that, I'm like, let me just get any kind of knowledge I can apply to at home. I know I would never own a restaurant. I would never be a chef. That's not my goal. But my thing is, I would like to cook like a chef at home.
Yeah.
I had that ability. So this cook along, I was like very excited to do it. It was a little. At first I was like, oh my gosh, am I going to? I looked at the ingredients. Like, I've never cooked with anchovies before. I've never heard of like this stuff. I only had gnocchi one time, and it was not real gnocchi. It was like store-bought something. It was terrible. I was like, I don't even like it. Oh my gosh, no. I made it, and it was challenging, but good challenging, and so much fun, and so good. I mean, I ate it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is actually, I actually pulled it off. I put this together.
I love that you're surprised by yourself. But
I was.
Yeah, but I like. Now, I know that you were like doing some cooking during like the pandemic. Like, yeah, you've definitely posted. You're certainly no stranger to the kitchen. Like, I don't want to be like, it's a miracle.
no. But it was something that it was still outside of what I usually would do. And to do it like completely from scratch like that, to making this gnocchi of, and Chef Harmon was so good at breaking everything down.
Yeah.
And so it was like, okay, I can keep up with this. Okay, I know what I'm doing. And to hear like his like little stories about like things about him being in the kitchen and him learning, and how people would call him he worked at a restaurant, and people would call him on his off day because he was like such a good gnocchi maker.
He was the gnocchi king.
Yeah. And so I was like, I'm learning from the gnocchi king right now. All right, I can do this. And then it became like fun. Like once I got the hang of it, it was like, oh, so I really like this, and I tried. Okay, I got this. And so it really helped. And I would say also the wine that you all had to pair with it. I made sure I had enough for the meal, but it did help.
A little?
Yeah, I snuck a couple of little sips in while I was cooking, and it was like a really fun time at home to do it.
I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad you had such a good experience. It's always cool to hear like, did it turn out? And we had so many successes, which is really exciting. And if you haven't, you have to run over to Louisiana Food Prizes page. Just click over there really quick. You can see Tiana's gnocchi. We had a couple other folks that were sending pics. So really great experience. And I know we still have 2 more coming up, because we got Josh Bonet on Thursday, who's doing seared red snapper. And then, of course, Tristan's coming out. You remember Tristan.
Oh, yeah.
He's a longtime friend of the prize, just like Josh. He's going to be doing these insane Duca-crusted pork chops that'll be incredible. And they are both, again, just so knowledgeable, kind of sharing along. And we almost sold out on both, but we still have a couple tickets left, so you still have a chance to be a part of it.
Yeah, I would say like seriously, like if you are on the fence about like, oh, should I do this? Like, do it. Like
a ringing endorsement.
No, like there's like just do it. Don't get intimidated by it or anything like that. Like, it's just fun I felt so accomplished afterward.
Aww.
Like, seriously, I was like, I at some point I took a pause and like text my mom. Like, I texted her a picture of me with a glass of wine. I posted that picture on my page, but I had a glass of wine. I was like, I don't know about this, and I was like, no, I got this. I can do this. And so I just got back in it, but once I shook that little bit of doubt in my mind, I was like, oh yeah, I do, I can pull this off, and I'm almost there. So yeah, anyway, so I do really endorse that, like encourage people to do it.
Yeah, and now you got this gnocchi in your back pocket for like impressing people,
I am that person that like, why did I buy 10 pounds of potatoes? I don't know. It's just me. So, but now I was like, well, now I know what else to do with potatoes.
You can freeze them too. Like, you can freeze the gnocchi. So like,
someone told me that.
Yeah, before you cook them, just freeze them, and then you're gonna have gnocchi for days.
And that's really my plan, because I'm looking at that bag of potatoes. Like, that's what I'm going to do this week, is like get that. Because the thing is, like, you have to practice, like with anything, you have to practice doing it. So it's like, I don't want to just have done it one time. It's like, oh, that's it. No, I got enough so I can really like get a hang of it and feel comfortable with it.
I love it. Awesome. Okay. Well, I'm going to stick with you for 1 second, and then we're going to jump back to you, Miss Maggie. All right. So we're coming up. It's just Monday, and there's still 7 days left, right? To vote. You can go until Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Central Time, right? So much is still happening. What are you most looking forward to?
Let's see.
A little time to think.
Gosh,
I know, not to
most
put you
looking
on the spot.
for. Yeah, there's like so much, but I'm going to say Fashion Prize.
Ooh.
Yeah, because Fashion Prize. Talking to Miss Katie Larson about what's coming, or what, getting like the little teaser. It's like, this sounds like it's going to be really awesome, because how many times do you go to a fashion show and it's like, oh, well, I really want to see what they're doing or something. It's like, no, this is like, they don't have to stick to the rules of or to a runway, and I really like that. Of like, I'm going to be able to really see these details in these fashions up close and get like this different, like, intimate experience of watching that and seeing this creativity just really explode on screen.
Absolutely.
So I'm really excited to see how they flip it. I mean, and the fashion shows are always amazing with Fashion Prize anyway, and so again, just seeing like the next level of like this production, I'm excited about that.
Awesome. Miss Maggie, for you, what are you most looking forward to this week?
I am looking forward to finish watching all the films.
Yeah.
And casting my vote. I'm having a pretty hard time already deciding. They're all so great. And I'm excited to hear more from the judges and just more from panels and really just soak in all of the knowledge I've really been getting from the film prize.
This is our film
excited.
student.
Yeah.
Well, I love it. Well, for those of you who have been living under a rock, you can still get passes at prizefest.com. The schedule's there. Really, everything you need is right there. And ladies, I thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for
It's
having
always
me.
a good time.
Yeah.
Are we going to Viva La Prize Fest on the way out?
All right.
Yes. The answer is always yes. All right, ready, guys? 1, 2, 3. Viva La Prize Fest! Yay! Thank y'all for coming.
Thank